So Travis Scott just brought out Kanye West in Japan, and the internet collectively lost its mind. Now, before you click away thinking this is just another hype video about two rappers performing together, stick around, because this situation is way more layered than it appears on the surface. We're talking about a reunion that comes after public beef, leaked reference tracks, accusations of stolen music, and years of complicated mentor-student dynamics. This is a story about loyalty, betrayal, forgiveness, and the question of whether any of it is even real. Let's set the stage. November 8th, 2025. Travis Scott is in Tokyo, Japan, performing at the Belluna Dome as part of his Circus Maximus tour. The crowd is packed, the energy is high, and then out of nowhere, Travis brings out a masked figure. The figure pulls off the mask to reveal none other than Kanye West. The crowd goes absolutely wild. Kanye proceeds to perform a mini set of his classics: Can't Tell Me Nothing, Through the Wire, Runaway, Heartless, Flashing Lights, Stronger, All of the Lights, all the hits. Travis is hyping him up, acting as his hype man, and for a moment, it feels like 2015 all over again when these two are inseparable. Now, if you're a casual fan, you might be thinking, okay, cool, two famous rappers performed together, what's the big deal? But if you've been following the drama between these two over the last couple of years, you know this reunion is absolutely wild, because just 8 months ago, in March 2025, Kanye West went on DJ Academic's stream and absolutely blasted Travis Scott, and I mean he went in. Kanye claimed that Travis took 4 of his songs from recording sessions at his ranch in Wyoming, removed Kanye from them, replaced him with other artists like Future and Azier, and released them on his Utopia album without any explanation. No heads up, no courtesy call, nothing, just straight up took the music and cut Kanye out. And this wasn't just Kanye being Kanye, making wild accusations out of nowhere. There was actually evidence to back this up. In September 2024, 15 reference tracks leaked online showing Kanye's original recordings for songs that ended up on Utopia. We're talking about tracks like Del Resto, which features Beyoncé on the final album, but originally had Kanye on it. Telekinesis, which has Future and Azier, was originally a Kanye song called Future Sounds from the Donda Sessions, even modern jam samples, an early demo of Kanye's I Am a God. The entire album, and critics pointed this out when it dropped in 2023, sounds like a Kanye West project. The production style, the song structures, the creative direction, it all has Kanye's fingerprints on it. So when Kanye told academics that Travis essentially took his music, it wasn't baseless, and you could hear the hurt in Kanye's voice when he talked about it. He said, and I'm paraphrasing here, Travis took 4 of my songs from the ranch in Wyoming, replaced me, took me off, I felt with no explanation. The stuff just comes out. That's betrayal, right? Especially when you consider the history between these two. Let's rewind for a second and talk about that history because it's crucial to understanding why this situation is so complex. Kanye West discovered Travis Scott when Travis was just 19 years old. This was back in 2012. Kanye signed him to G.O.O.D music as an in-house producer. Kanye took this kid from Houston under his wing and taught him everything: how to make music, how to craft a vibe, how to build a brand. Travis has said multiple times in interviews that Kanye didn't just teach him, he let him experience the creation of music at the highest level. That's invaluable. You can't put a price on that kind of mentorship. Travis worked on Yeezus with Kanye. He appeared on Cruel Summer. He was part of Kanye's inner circle during one of the most creative and successful periods of Kanye's career, and Travis has never been shy about giving Kanye credit. In April 2025, just a month after Kanye's accusations, Travis did an interview with Complex magazine where he said, "That's my kid's uncle," referring to the fact that Travis has kids with Kylie Jenner and Kanye has kids with Kim Kardashian, making their children cousins. Travis said Kanye took him in when he was young and taught him about music. He even said there is no Travis Scott without Kanye West. So this isn't just a professional relationship, this is family. This is someone who shaped Travis into the artist he is today, which makes the Utopia situation even messier, because if the allegations are true, and it seems like they are based on the leaked reference tracks, then Travis essentially took music from the person who gave him his career and didn't even have the decency to explain why that's cold. That's a level of disrespect that's hard to justify, especially when you're talking about someone you call family. But here's where it gets even more complicated. Back in August 2023, when Utopia first came out and Travis did his big debut concert in Rome at the Circus Maximus, guess who he brought out on stage? Kanye West. And Travis didn't just bring him out, he gave this whole speech about how there is no Utopia without Kanye West, there is no Travis Scott without Kanye West, there is no Rome without Kanye West. The crowd went wild. They performed together and it seemed like everything was great between them. So what happened between August 2023 and March 2025 that made Kanye feel betrayed enough to call Travis out publicly? Well, this is where we get into speculation, but it's informed speculation based on the timeline. It's possible that Kanye didn't fully realize the extent to which his music had been used and repurposed for Utopia until well after the album came out. Remember, Kanye has a lot going on. He's dealing with controversies, he's working on multiple projects, he's got fashion, he's got his own mental health struggles. It's entirely possible that he didn't sit down and really listen to Utopia until months months after it dropped, and when he did, he recognized his own work all over it, and maybe he reached out to Travis privately, asked what happened, and didn't get a satisfactory answer, so he took it public. Or, and this is another theory, Kanye knew all along but was okay with it initially because he wanted to support Travis. The Rome concert in August 2023 was a huge moment for Travis. It was his first major performance since the Astroworld tragedy in 2021, where 10 people died during his festival. Travis was trying to rehabilitate his image and make a comeback, and Kanye showing up to support him was a big deal. Maybe Kanye put his own feelings aside to help Travis in that moment, but as time went on and he saw how successful Utopia was, the resentment built up. Maybe he felt like he deserved more credit, more compensation, more recognition for his contributions. Whatever the reason, by March 2025, Kanye was angry, and when Kanye gets angry, he goes public. That's always been his move. He doesn't handle things privately. He airs everything out for the world to see. So he went on Academic Stream and told everyone what happened, and the internet, as it always does, picked sides. Some people defended Travis, saying he's his own artist and he doesn't owe Kanye anything. Other people said Travis was wrong for not crediting Kanye or at least giving him a heads up, and some people just enjoyed the drama because, let's be honest, hip-hop beef is entertaining. But then fast forward to November 2025, and suddenly Travis and Kanye are on stage together in Japan like nothing ever happened. And that brings us to the big question, what changed? How did we get from Kanye publicly accusing Travis of stealing his music to them performing together 8 months later? Well, a few days before the Japan concert, Kanye sat down with Israeli Rabbi Yoshiyahu Yosef Pinto and issued a public apology for his anti-Semitic remarks. If you've been living under a rock for the last few years, Kanye has said some truly horrible things about Jewish people. He praised Adolf Hitler, he declared himself a Nazi, he went on rants that got him dropped from major partnerships and essentially blacklisted from a lot of the industry. It was bad, really bad. But in this conversation with Rabbi Pinto, Kanye said, "It's a big deal for me as a man to come and take accountability for all the things that I've said, and I really just appreciate you embracing me with open arms and allowing me to make amends. This is the beginning, the first steps brick by brick to build back the strong walls." So Kanye is in his redemption arc, or at least he's attempting one, and what better way to show that you're changing, that you're moving past the negativity, than to reconcile with someone you had beef with. Travis bringing Kanye out in Japan, just days after Kanye's apology, sends a message. It says, "I forgive you. We're moving forward. We're bigger than the drama." It's a PR move, but it's also potentially genuine. Maybe Travis saw Kanye trying to do better and decided to extend an olive branch, or maybe Kanye reached out to Travis behind the scenes, apologized for calling him out publicly, and they worked things out. We don't know. All we know is that they're performing together again, and the optics are very intentional, but not everyone is buying it. Record producer Mike Dean, who has worked extensively with both Travis and Kanye, posted a cryptic message on Instagram after the Japan concert. He commented on a post about the performance, saying, "Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe." For those who don't get the reference, that's a line from Beverly Hills Cop, and it essentially means don't fall for the trick, don't be deceived. So Mike Dean is suggesting that this reunion might not be as genuine as it appears, that there's something else going on behind the scenes. Maybe it's a publicity stunt, maybe it's strategic, maybe Travis and Kanye are using each other to boost their respective images. Travis gets to look like the bigger man who forgives and supports his mentor, and Kanye gets to look like he's making amends and rebuilding relationships. And honestly, Mike Dean might be onto something, because the timing is incredibly convenient. Kanye is trying to rehabilitate his public image after years of self-destruction. Travis is in the middle of a massive world tour and needs to keep the momentum going. What better way to generate headlines and get people talking than to stage a dramatic reunion? The internet eats this stuff up, and sure enough, the Japan concert went viral. Every major hip-hop outlet covered it. Social media exploded. People who hadn't thought about Kanye or Travis in months were suddenly talking about them again. From a business perspective, it's genius. But here's the thing, even if it is calculated, even if it is a PR move, does that make it any less meaningful? I would argue no, because at the end of the day, Travis and Kanye are still two human beings with a complicated history. They've hurt each other. Kanye felt betrayed by Travis. Travis probably felt attacked when Kanye went public with the accusations, but they're choosing to move past it, whether it's for personal reasons or professional reasons or both. And in a world where people hold grudges forever, where cancel culture means you're done for life, there's something kind of refreshing about seeing two people who had legitimate beef come together and perform. Now, does this mean everything is resolved? Probably not. Just because they performed together doesn't mean the underlying issues are fixed. Kanye might still feel like he deserves more credit for Utopia. Travis might still feel like Kanye overreacted, but they're adults and they're finding a way to coexist, and maybe that's all we can really ask for. There's also a bigger conversation to be had here about mentorship and loyalty in the music industry, because the Travis and Kanye situation is not unique. This happens all the time. An established artist takes a younger artist under their wing, teaches them everything they know, helps them build their career, and then at some point the student surpasses the teacher. And when that happens, things get complicated. The teacher teacher might feel like they're not getting enough credit. The student might feel like they've earned their success and don't owe the teacher anything beyond gratitude. Both perspectives are valid, but they often clash. In Kanye's case, he's someone who craves recognition. He wants everyone to know that he's a genius, that his influence is everywhere, and when he sees Travis having massive success with an album that sounds like a Kanye West project, using songs that Kanye originally wrote, and not getting prominent credit for it, of course he's going to be upset. But from Travis's perspective, he's been in the industry for over a decade now. He's built his own brand, his own sound, his own empire. Yes, Kanye helped him get there, but Travis has put in the work. He's toured relentlessly, he's made smart business moves, he's collaborated with the biggest names in the industry. At a certain point, he probably feels like he's earned the right to be seen as his own artist, not just Kanye's protege, and this tension exists in every mentor-student relationship, not just in music. How much credit does the mentor deserve for the student's success? How long does the student owe the mentor? When does the student get to stand on their own? These are questions without clear answers, and they're at the heart of the Travis and Kanye situation. But beyond all the drama, beyond the beef and the reconciliation and the questions about authenticity, there's something undeniably powerful about watching these two perform together. Because when you strip away all the noise, you're watching two incredibly talented artists who have shaped the sound of modern hip-hop. Kanye West is a legend, love him or hate him, you can't deny his impact on music. And Travis Scott, for all his flaws, is one of the biggest artists in the world right now. Seeing them on the same stage with Travis hyping up Kanye as he performs classics like Can't Tell Me Nothing and Through the Wire, it's a reminder of where Travis came from and how far he's come, and for the fans in that arena in Tokyo, it was probably an unforgettable experience. They got to see two generations of hip-hop excellence sharing a stage. They got to witness a moment that just a few months earlier seemed impossible, whether it's genuine or calculated, whether the issues are truly resolved or just temporarily set aside. In that moment, it didn't matter. It was just two artists doing what they do best, creating an experience for the people who showed up to see them. So what's next for Travis and Kanye? Will they actually collaborate again, or was this just a one-time thing for the cameras? Travis hinted back in October during a show in Sydney that he and Kanye might do something special soon, and clearly the Japan concert was that something special. But does this open the door for more collaborations? Could we see Kanye on Travis's next album? Could we get a joint project? Honestly, I wouldn't hold my breath. These two have a long history of ups and downs, and this reconciliation, if that's even what it is, feels fragile. But I hope they do work together again, because despite all the drama, despite the beef and the accusations and the hurt feelings, when Travis and Kanye collaborate, magic happens. Look at the songs they've done together in the past. Look at the influence Kanye has had on Travis's music. There's a chemistry there that's undeniable, and if they can put aside their egos and their grievances and just focus on making great music, we all win. At the end of the day, this whole situation is a reminder that relationships in the entertainment industry are messy, they're complicated, they're influenced by ego, money, loyalty, resentment, and a million other factors. Travis and Kanye aren't just collaborators, they're not just mentor and student, they're family, and families fight, families hurt each other, but families also forgive, families also come back together, and maybe that's what we're seeing here. Maybe this is two people who genuinely care about each other figuring out how to move forward, or maybe it's two savvy businessmen who know that a reunion generates headlines and sells tickets. Probably it's a little bit of both. So whether you think this reconciliation is real or just for show, whether you think Travis was wrong for allegedly taking Kanye's music or Kanye was wrong for calling him out publicly, one thing is clear, this story isn't over. There will be more chapters, more drama, more collaborations, more beef, more reconciliations, because that's just how it goes in the world of hip-hop. Nothing is ever really settled. Nothing is ever really finished. It's just an ongoing saga that we all get to watch unfold in real time, and honestly, that's part of what makes it so fascinating. We're not just consuming music, we're consuming the stories behind the music, the relationships, the conflicts, the triumphs, the failures. We're watching human beings navigate fame and success and all the complications that come with it, and whether we want to admit it or not, we're invested, we care, we pick sides, we debate, we analyze, because at the core of all this, underneath the celebrity and the spectacle, are just two people trying to figure out how to coexist in an industry that's constantly pushing them together and pulling them apart. So will Travis and Kanye's reunion last? Will they continue to work together and support each other, or will this just be a brief moment of peace before the next conflict? Time will tell, but for now, we got to witness something special in that arena in Tokyo. We got to see two of hip-hop's biggest names share a stage and remind us why they're both important to the culture, and regardless of what happens next, that moment exists. It happened, and maybe that's enough. That's about it. See ya.